What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys another NBA episode of my DFS podcast. And we have a huge NBA slate tonight. A lot of games to pick from. Lots of value out there. We have some nice early injury news to open ourselves up to a lot of value and really take advantage with the salaries that FanDuel has. DraftKings should be around this similar price range, but I use FanDuel salaries, and let's jump right into things. For point guard tonight, I do really like this Thunder and Kings game. I can't believe what the Kings did last game against the Timberwolves. That game looked so promising, such a high total, decently close spread, and those Kings starters played like 7 minutes in the first quarter and came out really sluggish. And they didn't end up playing the whole rest of the game, which was absolutely bizarre. You never see that. They did fly 1,000 miles on a back-to-back, so clearly they were just throwing in the towel and just giving those starters rest. So hopefully they're going to come out with a lot more enthusiasm tonight at home. They had a night of rest. These Kings players should all see their normal allotted minutes. And we should be able to fire the cannons on this value. I love Westbrook in this game. 11,400 is a decent price for him. He's been really consistent. He's a good cash game point guard to spend up on. This game is going to be so fast-paced. It's the highest scoring or projected scoring total of the night. So expect Westbrook to easily get over 50 fantasy points tonight. He's a nice lock for a stud to pay up for. And then you want to look at Derrick Rose. He's a fantastic play. No Jeff Teague tonight. He's going to start. He's going to see 30 minutes. And he's super productive. He only played 24 minutes in that Kings blowout last game, and he still reached value as a starter. So with a closer game projected against the Pistons, Rose should see low to mid-30s in minutes, and he should see low to mid-30s in points as well. He's a big fantasy point per minute kind of guy, and I think he's a nice value play at 6,200. He's a guy that should be more towards 7,000, especially when Jeff Teague is out. Shooting guard, it's looking like the Kings aren't going to be playing Bogdanovich or Shumpert tonight. That's news that I just read. And if that's the case, then I really like Buddy Hield at 6,400. He's going to see a lot of usage. He's going to see a lot of minutes. And then keep an eye out on who's going to start. You could maybe see Frank Mason get some more minutes with these guys out, but just keep an eye on that. If he starts, he could be a nice punt play. And then I really like DeLon Wright, rather. There's no Kyle Lowry again tonight. Let me find that game. And he's only 3,900. A great punt play. He crushed value last time Lowry was out. He played 38 minutes. But something we do have to consider is Van Fleet being back. He's probably going to draw the start. But regardless, DeLon Wright is a better dollar-for-dollar value play at shooting guard at 3,900. Even if he's coming off the bench, he should see mid-20s in minutes. He's a good play. You could also look towards Danny Green with more usage. He's been really good as of late. 4,500 is a pretty good price. He should get you towards 20 fantasy points, especially with no Lowry out there either. And then another guy I want to mention at shooting guard, more of a GPP play, is Devin Booker, strictly because of his history against the Celtics. He had that huge 70-point game, I think it was last year, at the TD Garden, and that's where he is again tonight. The narrative is there. I think he just loves playing against the Celtics. I think the Celtics just really struggle covering him. They never seem to have an answer for him. And he's coming off of 2 really, really solid games since coming back from his injury. So he's a fine play. Even at 8,600, the Suns run everything through him. So as long as they can stay in this game, Booker seems to get some run even when they get blown out, just because they're the Phoenix Suns, and who really cares? They're a team that's not going to win anything anyways, so Booker's a pretty safe play. I don't know if he's a cash game play. I think I want to spend down at shooting guard. Small forward, I love a pairing of Russell Westbrook and Paul George in this late game. George's price actually went down a few $100s to $9,400 for some odd reason. This matchup is fantastic. Like I said, try to get as much exposure to this Kings Thunder game as you can. he should easily get over 40 fantasy points tonight. He's an absolute lock for me. I think him and Westbrook are two absolute key core plays for a cash game lineup tonight. You should definitely take my advice there because these two guys should absolutely go off and the game's going to stay close. So I like Paul George a lot, and then on the other side of things, I really like Bielitsa. I know he disappointed everyone. He was like 90% owned last game. He only played 5 minutes. That's just not going to happen again. You got to have a short memory with that. It was a bizarre game. Clearly, he was resting his players for this kind of game. He should be starting, and he should see a lot of usage with those Kings having those injuries. So I like Bielitsa. Even at 5,800, he's a pretty fair play there with all that usage. Power forward, Anthony Davis is in a great spot tonight. No Mirotic, no Randall. Not that Davis needs those guys to be out to have the usage, but that definitely just solidifies his usage even more. The Bucks are going to have a hard time covering him. This is a nice superstar matchup between him and the Greek Freak tonight. I think all signs point in the direction of him getting up towards 70 fantasy points. His last 3 games have been stellar. I love Davis. Even at 12-7, that price is very fair to me, and there's a lot of value out there tonight that you can spend up for him. And then a cheap power forward you might want to look towards is Diallo. Same team, same spot. No Randall, no Mirotic. Diallo's a pretty nice punt play. He should see more minutes tonight due to Randall being out. I'd like to check back later on to see if there's any news of who's starting in Randall's place. But Diallo could find himself in a good spot, but don't fully take my word for that right now, just because it's early in the day and I'm not quite sure what they're doing with Diallo's minutes. We got to see what Randall's injury opens up, but you definitely want to keep an eye on who's going to be benefiting the most with that Randall injury there tonight. And then at center, a very, very easy position that you should spend down for. Vucevic is out tonight. This is making me want to lock and load Mo Bamba. As much as I hate hearing that song at every single game that I go to, it seems to be the timeout song or whatever, any party. That song has been beaten to death. If you haven't heard it, lucky you, but I do love Mo Bamba tonight. 3,900, he should be starting. There's really no one else they're going to play. They're going to give him some run. It's a guy that they want to see really develop, and they're going to throw minutes his way tonight with no Vucevic. Like him as a value play. I also really, really like Greg Monroe. You can't go wrong with either guy. I can't find this Toronto. There we go. No Valanciunas tonight. No Ibaka. You could look at Siakam and GPPs for the more usage, but Monroe is a cash game lock. He's going to be starting. I know he hasn't been playing much, but no matter what, he's going to see minutes. He's going to be starting, and at 3,800, you can't go wrong. He should get up towards 20 fantasy points. Center's a huge value play tonight for cheap guys. So love Monroe, love Bamba. But that'll sum up today's video, guys. Hopefully you use these value plays. Get on my site, play hockey, play NBA. DraftKings is there too. Like, subscribe, and until next time, probably tomorrow, I am the FT Guru, and I'm signing off.